Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so once again, got bacon in there. I don't want to mess it up, so we're gonna keep an eye on it and see if I burn it this time. Last time I did. All right, so this is what we're talking about today. I just listened to Stephen A. Smith talking about Darvin Ham, and CJ McCollum was reacting to it as well, and they were just basically going in and saying that Stephen A.'s point of view was like he didn't really like the fact that Russell Westbrook was at the press conference, and I just wanted to offset that by saying I am very pleased that Russell Westbrook was at the press conference. I definitely do think it's a massive, massive chance he's not a part of the organization next season. In fact, I would argue that it's about a 99.9% chance the Lakers are able to move that contract based on what it represents in being able to free up $47 million in cap space in one setting, as to which, whether you want it for this offseason or for next offseason, it's still extremely valuable to receive that asset right now if you're a franchise that has a bunch of contracts that span over multiple years that equal to $47 million that you would like to free up for someone who may be coming available very soon, like DeAndre Ayton or James Harden or something like that. So there's a million teams who will want $47 million of free cap space at the end of either this season, for which they can stretch, or in the offseason right now, they could stretch or wait it out. So that's what I think. I don't think Russell Westbrook did anything that should not be applauded in showing up to that press conference. What Russell Westbrook showed us is that he is on board with our organization until he's officially outside of the organization. And that tells me he's professional. That tells me if I'm the Sacramento Kings or the Orlando Magic, that he's going to give me that same respect. That's what that tells me. That tells me that whatever organization he's a part of, whether he's technically on the outs or not, he's going to show up like a leader and be present, representing the rest of the 360 who were not there. He was there. Braun wasn't there. AD wasn't there. And I don't mind. I don't mind. It's the offseason. I want my brothers out enjoying their lives, because when it's time to go to work, they're going to go to work. So they need to be enjoying the offseason. There's a time and place for everything. June isn't the time to be a Laker. It's the time to be a father. It's the time to be a brother. It's the time to be yourself. It's time to enjoy your life. Have some fun. Spend some money. Be rich. Be loved. All that. It's not the time to be in press conferences. But Russell Westbrook has a different point of view, in my opinion, because he is on the outs, because he does have an unfavorable contract, because he does know that his future's up in the air, because he does know that he's not going to be getting $47 million again, and he needs to get used to whatever the role is going to be. So he's getting a head start on that, in my opinion, while maintaining his character as a man, because he's always been like this. This ain't new energy. He was like this in OKC. He was like this in Houston. He was like this in Washington, and he's giving it to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So if Stephen A. Smith sees something wrong with that, I think he's looking at it backwards. I think you're just completely looking at it the wrong way. I don't think it's deeper than that. You got this wrong. You should be applauding Russell Westbrook for being a professional, showing up to a press conference that he had no business having to be at. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to be there. It's time for him to enjoy his offseason too. And he wanted to show up as a Laker because he's still on contract. And, he wants to support Coach Ham. Listen, that's another thing. Forget just being a Laker. Coach Ham is somebody you should be celebrating getting his first coaching job. This is a brother that we've seen play his dues. You know what I'm saying? So even if Russell Westbrook wasn't a Laker, I'm pretty sure there were players who aren't Lakers who would have loved to support Coach Ham at that press conference. So it ain't just about being a Laker. It's about being a brother, being in the brotherhood of the NBA and supporting somebody has been working his butt off for this opportunity. So I think Russell Westbrook showing Coach Ham some real legitimate support, Laker or not. So I think Stephen A. got this completely wrong. Again, I don't think AD and LeBron James should have been at that presser. I don't want them to be there necessarily unless they just wanted to spend their time there. They should be where they want to be in their offseason. But that fact that Russell Westbrook was there is a good thing, man. Let Russ be a guy who's on board with the team. You know what I'm saying? And if he gets traded, then he'll be on board with the next team. And the Lakers fans will always remember this dude was holding us down in the presence of circumstances where literally no one else would do that. No one else. When I say no one else, I can't think of a single soul in the world that would have the showing that Russell Westbrook had. Have it go as bad as it did. Have people screaming they want him gone. Have the circumstances looking like he should be wanting gone and should be getting rid of. All of these things pointing at him out the door. and he still shows up as a man with dignity, having looked as embarrassed as he probably could ever imagine to look. And mind you, ain't no other superstars that I can remember have fallen this hard, this fast, without actually losing the attention and the status attention. In other words, we're watching him fall completely from one of the most impressive players we've ever seen to somebody who's really having a hard time scoring the ball, laying the ball up, and just doing normal stuff. And in the presence of all that embarrassment, the man still shows up. In the presence of all those circumstances, he still shows up. In the presence of all that goes on, that would have a lot of people, including myself, not really wanting to show their face. Russell Westbrook, better than myself, better than anybody who wouldn't, stepped up and showed up. So this ain't a basketball conversation. This is a dignity conversation. This is a character conversation. And the man showed up. I applaud that. I appreciate that as a Laker fan, an NBA fan, and as a man. He showed up. I don't know if I'd have the gall to do that. I don't know that Stephen A. would have done that. So let's not get on him for doing what he's supposed to do. Okay? Let's not get on him for being supportive. Let's not get on him for being a professional. Let's not get on that man for sacrificing his time. Okay? Those are things we encourage young people to do. So that's all I wanted to say about that. I want to also react to Coach Ham's press conference in general, and I'll get to that on another video. But this is just me once again disagreeing with what I'm hearing in regards to getting on somebody about something that they should be doing. We got a million people we can point at and say you're not doing something right. Let's not look at Russell Westbrook when he's doing something right and saying you're not doing something right. That's all I'm saying. Video 44. Thank y'all for watching.